Hello, my name is Justin Ruger. I am the author and illustrator of Henry Meets a Honeybee. Sorry about the light. A lot of people have asked me about who I am and what my story is, and I thought that I would take some time to elaborate on that. My name is, as I said, Justin Ruger. I did not start out planning to write books about honeybees. I actually was in high school and decided that I wanted to be a software developer. I went to Christopher Newport University and got my bachelor's in 2 degrees, computer engineering and computer science. Then I went and did my master's at Christopher Newport University in applied physics, working under Dr. David Gore. And that was actually the first published book that I ever did was my master's thesis here. It's SVT calibration software suite for calibrating the class silicon vertex tracker, written by me, as you can see down there at the bottom. This is my master's thesis. I had to write a program that analyzed data from a silicon vertex tracker. I had to design a 3D model. Sorry about that. I didn't know there was papers in there. So that was the first book that I wrote. Then, as I was going to get my PhD in nuclear physics from Catholic University, I was on the way to visit a family friend, and I had a major car accident. The person was texting and driving and lost control of their car, and ended up causing me to flip. I ended up in VCU for about a week from that, and this was in November of 2015. The brain injury that came with the car accident was very hard to deal with. It was hard on me, myself, my family, and it eventually led to a stroke. That was October 2020 that the stroke happened, and thank God for my family and my mother, for they are the reason that I am still functioning today because of the support and everything that they gave me when I was down, because there was not always easy. So, what I'm writing to tell you, what I'm sitting here to tell you, is that the journey wasn't easy, but I ended up with a book about honeybees, and I am sharing with you that no matter what happens and what you go through, you can overcome it. I am very blessed to have met some amazing YouTubers at the Tennessee conference, and they have um, supported me in a way that I cannot explain. It's been very good to get the story out, and I hope to work with more people in the future. How did we get into bees? So, when my grandfather passed away in 2016, 15, he, my brother was looking at what's called a flow hive, and he motivated and talked to my mother and said that we should get this flow hive, as my mother has always wanted to do honeybees. She's been watching people like Frederick Dunn and um, Dirt Rooster and all these YouTubers and how they handle their bees and take care of them. So she decided to bite the bullet and take care of honeybees, or rear honeybees, or I don't know what you call it these days. um, so we got the hives, and at that point, I had my brain injury, but I was still able to walk and do what I needed to do to function, even though I had memory issues and some speech impediments and lots of other issues that we don't need to go into. I'm doing better now, but I'm still struggling. So basically, she got honeybees and we took care of them and we set up a small apiary in our backyard. And I was able to go out there and take pictures and videos of them doing their bee things and mom taking care of the bees. And I fell in love with beekeeping. And so when I fell in love with the beekeeping, it was time for me to help her more. And I started to until I had my stroke. And then that put me into a wheelchair from right sided weakness, and I was not able to get out to the apiary anymore. So now I had to find a way to enjoy beekeeping without actually being able to beekeep. That's where the book came from. Unfortunately, the HOA in our neighborhood decided that honeybees were livestock and that we could not keep them anymore. So we had to disband our bee portion of our apiary, but we still have arts and crafts. And now we have the book, and we're doing educational series with homeschool co ops and elementary schools. Um, Using the book as a start. And that again is Henry Meets a Honeybee. So once we lost our apiary and I was healing from my stroke in 2020, I had really bad right sided deficit in my arm and my leg. And one of the um, therapies that I started to do and enjoyed was drawing. I could not draw before a stick figure before my car accident, and afterwards I was able to start drawing and seeing light and pattern in a different way, and it was just amazing to my mother and me how the brain remaps itself. So I started working on the book. I wanted it to be for children so that my niece and nephew could um, enjoy it. And so I made sure that the colors were bright. As you can see here, they're bright. They're um, good for kids. I wanted to teach about. So I started looking at books before. Sorry, before I did this, I started looking at books, and I noticed that there were a lot of cute books about honeybees, flying to flowers. Um, there were books about counting honeybees, but there were no books about actually teaching the jobs of the honeybees, the roles of the drones, and I wanted to get into that. So I actually drew the book and, or sorry, illustrated the book. I made sure to take a journey into the actual hive so they learn about the different jobs within the hive, such as the cleaners and the nurse bees. Um, so this was all fun, and if you've read the book, and if you have, thankfully, we appreciate you if you've already gotten a copy. That it's at the beginning of the book when I do my dedication that I thank two of my current doctors who helped bring me out of a dark hole that I was in, and I also pay homage and respects to my aunt who passed away in this year, or sorry, last year before her birthday. So we published the book on October. She was always a great influence and very motivational to get me to finish this book. So if you haven't gotten, oh, sorry, one last thing I want to say before I wrap this up, since we're already getting into about 10 minutes. I'm working on starting a nonprofit that will go around and put hives into um sorry, let me just say I'm working on starting a nonprofit that's going to educate younger kids on beehives and bees and pollinator gardens. So if you have already bought a book, I appreciate it. Hippie Chick Apiary appreciates it. We're using the money to travel and educate. Um, yeah, so we just want to thank you if you bought the book already. If you haven't bought the book, you can get it from hippiechicapiary.com. There are currently 3 books listed. One is Henry Meets a Honeybee, which is the already published version. Then there are Honey Teaches Beekeeping to Kids and Honey Teaches Beekeeping. The two that I just listed, the latter, are coming out Mother's Day, and they actually go into detail about beekeeping, the protective clothing, things like that. And they have some Easter eggs in there that I think kids will really enjoy seeing, along with my interesting artwork. So, just again, I want to say thank you for everything that you have done and all the support that we've gotten. And I hope that if you do not have the book, that it reaches your home and your grandkids and your kids and your nieces and nephews so that they can all enjoy this story as well. Thank you so much.